muscles start to feel super duper stiff, and then you start to feel like a pump in your muscles, and blood is rushing to those muscles. And what that feels like is like your older brother is hanging you upside down and blood is rushing to your head. It feels like that, but in your muscles. You're feeling a moderate to extreme type of pain. It's not like anything severe, but then you start to feel some sweat come down. You're getting a little shortness of breath, and you look up at yourself in the mirror and you're making funny faces and you're shaking. So congratulations, you've just reached muscle failure. Today I want to explain to you the positive impact of muscle failure. I currently have 3 certifications in the fitness industry and work with several different clients every single day of all shapes and sizes. My clients have dramatically changed their bodies within 6 weeks within working with me, and I use muscle failure as one of my biggest methods. I've also used it on myself and seen nothing but positive results. Working till muscle failure works for both men and women. For men, you're going to be gaining more of a mass and size, and for women, it's more long, lean muscles. Today I'll be going over what muscle failure is, the scientific background and the anatomy of it, the Legree method, and what you should do aftercare after reaching muscle failure. So first let's get into what exactly it is, and I'm going to be going back and forth between muscle failure and muscle stimulation. They're the same thing. The stimulation of a muscle is a simple breakdown of fibers. So fibers I'm going to be going over in a little bit, but you want to be working your muscles until you can no longer work them at all. So for example, if you're going into a push-up, and let's say, because I'm a girl, my muscle failure rep is 10. So let's say I'm on 9, I'm going down into 10, but my body's like, she wants to get up, but neurologically, I can't get up. But I start to shake, I'm shaking because I'm nervous, but I'm shaking and I push my body up. See, that's all the little tiny muscles saying, she's gonna get up, she's gonna get up. Now this may be embarrassing for some people. Shaking is kind of a sign of nervousness, but it's never something you should be embarrassed about. It's something you should more embrace, that if you have a workout partner, you should high-five them and be like, I'm changing my body and this is for the better. So the point is to reach a level that your body physically can no longer contract a limb. The key is to take muscles to the point where you recruit smaller muscle groups. And they say that you should be working till muscle failure because there's a higher chance that you'll plateau. And plateauing is a point where you can no longer progress. So you want to constantly be changing your body. So now that we know a little bit more about muscle failure, we can go more into the anatomy of things. And it breaks down into type 1, type 2A, and type 2B. This would be type 1, this would be type 2A, and type 2B. The red muscles I'm going to be going a little bit more into depth with, but they're breaks down by explosive powers versus the endurance. Type 1, this is the red muscle right here, it does more of the work, like I was explaining to you in the push-up, and then type 2, type 2A and B will be coming in a little bit later. According to health guy Justin Williamson, if you don't work until failure, then you're only training one type, so then you're not getting any progress. Type 1, red muscle is what I'm going to be going into, is also known as a slow twitch muscle fiber. That's for long duration and low intensity workouts. So basically walking. This would be more used for running, and this would be for sprinting.
You're not in the slideshow.
Oh, is that what? Okay. Well, anyways, so you want to train these red muscles to more of a, you want to train them with high reps, high volume, and with really short resting periods. They take longer to fatigue, but they're faster recovery and they're harder to fatigue, so it's going to take a little bit longer. So in the Legree method, I'm certified in Legree, and what it is one of the most effective workouts right now to condition the full body. And it's used on this machine. It's created by Sebastian Legree, and you've got your front platform right here, your back platform, and then your carriage. Because I couldn't bring the machine in with me, I brought a skateboard because it works the same way. He uses slow twitch muscle fibers as well as muscle failure as one of the most effective ways of changing your body. So what he says is you don't want to go beyond stimulation but failure puts a lot of tension on your body, so you don't want to be injuring yourself. Shaking is a lot of mind over matter, so if you hit that point of failure, just think in your head, mind over matter, it's all in my head, keep going. Keep it nice and slow. In a muscle, the potential energy is triggered by electrical stimulation, according to Sebastian. It releases the potential energy in a source of fuel and oxygen. Slow, continuous, so what it looks like is slow, continuous motion. And as I press through my heel, I'll get a little bit going, there we go. Right there, that's muscle failure. So, now that you've seen what it is, the aftercare of it is you're basically tearing down your muscles right now. You're breaking them apart, and that would be known as catabolic, so you're digging a hole. That's during the workout. After the workout, you want to be anabolic, you're resting, so you want to fill in that hole with rest, water, hydration. Protein is one of the biggest things that I would recommend. BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. That contains glutamine. It feeds the muscles exactly what it needs. You also don't want to be working that muscle group. So say you worked legs and you work them till failure. You don't want to be working them out within 48 hours because you're going to injure yourself. Protein, why I stress that so much is it's like your body is a fireplace. You have to constantly be adding wood into your body for it to keep burning calories, for the fire to keep burning. Same thing with protein. You want to keep adding it into your body to keep the calories burning and everything. So I challenge you all to try and work out and get it going until muscle failure, get that shake going like an earthquake, and I definitely will let you know you'll see results right away.
So Anna, what did you think?
I think she had a really good attention getter that included a story and personal experience. And she did have a preview which covered all of the topics. And there were some words, I guess scientific words, that she explained that people didn't know. She did have really good visual presentations too, with like the skateboard and stuff. And she explained the pictures really well too. She did cite her sources, but I didn't really see a lot of transitional phrases. And in the conclusion, she didn't really summarize her main points.
Okay. Well, I agree with you on about a lot of things. I thought that the introduction was pretty solid. I thought there was a very good preview. I also agree with you that I didn't see any internal transition points, and it felt a little bit like, you know, the information was relatively clear as you're presenting it, but I didn't feel the same progress that was suggested by the preview that you had at the beginning of the speech. And so internally, it's there, I think. If somebody's digging and listening for it, they'd figure it out. But remember, we talked about how audiences are lazy and you got to work and help them a little bit more. So I think you need to put in a little bit of extra effort on that. I'm going to disagree a little bit with Anna because I did think that you had one place where there was some citation. You talked about the one person's method that you're trained in, and then there's a reference to Sebastian, and that was the closest that I got to any quotes.
Okay.
Otherwise, I heard they say a couple of times. I'm going, who are they, and how do they know this? And, you know, and we ought to get that kind of information. I'm going to disagree with her a little bit also on the visuals. I think the visuals are nice and large, but I don't really understand the three images that you're showing of the, you know, the vein or the, you know, the muscles that are going on there. I'm going, so what does that mean? I mean, I can see that there are differences there, but what are those differences telling me? What's happening here with the muscle? I just get the label And so it's not clear to me what's the advantage of being in one stage or the other or that sort of stuff. You just tell me, well, this is what you get with this. Well, what do the different colors mean and that sort of thing. So I think there needed to be a little bit more explanation of that. The stuff that was best about the visuals were the things that you did demonstrations of. And you're not really doing a demonstration speech, which is fine, but you had some demonstration in the speech, which is okay the way you used it. And I thought you explained like the muscle failure where the arms shake, and then you did the thing with the skateboard, you kind of showed the same sort of thing. That was a very clear explanation of what you're talking about, and I like that. So that's where the things I think work a little bit stronger. Then I'll go back with agreeing with Anna. I think you needed a little bit better summary and exit line, but you're on the right track there. All right, thank you.